Oh, and when I was with this girl, she played me. I gave her everything. I was there. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay, if you're a man and you don't have any kind of close, intimate relationship where you can discuss your feelings, your only options are talking to a stranger, a customer service worker, a new friend, or a new relationship, or not talking at all, don't talk at all. Yeah, sure, don't talk to anyone then. I don't care. Either develop those relationships or shut up. Never talk to anyone again. If you don't have friends, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. That's not the customer service worker's problem. That's not your new friendship. That's not your new relationship. None of their problems.
One of the dumbest things I've ever done was open up to a female. Yeah, either one or two things is going to happen. Sometimes they might use it against you within the same week. I know, it's crazy, right?
We've always been hearing how you shouldn't share what's going on with you personally, your heartbreaks, your stories with these women. We're finding out why.
All of my fellow brothers out there know. If most of them been through it, so they open up before they know. I'm not just making this up, okay? It could be even a person I was dating for years, and I finally opened up to them. Pierre, show me more of your emotional side. Show me more of your be more open. Tell me, Pierre. Tell me. Hey, babe, this and that. Wait, why are you using that against? I trusted you not. Whatever.
When you feel like, you're ready to open up to someone who should understand you, you're trying to get close to someone. And soon as things go south, man, you can almost expect one of these moves, where they bring it all back up and use it against you. Be aware of what you're doing, man, when you're pillow talking. You heard what he just said. She used this against him. You can't really be vulnerable, man. They don't really see you in that way. It shouldn't be that way, but apparently it is. We got to guard ourselves out here, man. You can't be putting your heart out there. And it's really tough on a man, too. These women would tell you they want a man who's in touch with his feelings until they get a man who's in touch with his feelings. And then they find out that they don't like it. And now they want to reverse that process while you're already there. Now you're in it. I don't know, man. It's a lose-lose for men.
I have a question for the girlies. When you go on dates with men, for the single girlies, do you find it difficult to show empathy for them when they're like sharing like a tragic thing that they've experienced? I am finding it very difficult to show empathy for them, and I fear it's because I have watched the women in my life go through so much shit. Like, I'm talking shit that would make you want to walk in front of moving traffic. And on top of the shit that they're going through, the societal component to it, and the world is built for men. So like when I see a man complaining or like down bad over because your ex cheated on you, I'm like, welcome to the club. Like, whose ex hasn't cheated on them? Like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm so desensitized to it, and I'm like, the world is already built for you. Like, buck up. Like, I've literally seen my homegirls go through this and some, and they just got themselves another bitch. Like, I don't know, I just feel like buck up. But I also know this is probably problematic and I should go to therapy, and it probably has something to do with my relationship with men. So, anyways, let me know.
Yeah, you do need to go to therapy. You're supposed to have some compassion for people, male or female. If someone went through heartbreak, just because, you all are used to it, doesn't mean you wish it on other people. Such a weird take. Yeah, you do need some help. And she knows it. That's why she said that at the end. Yeah, that's just a nasty way to move in life, man.
Don't you start.
And you're never gonna get a true partner that trusts you enough to tell you everything about them, confining you. You're never gonna get that. If you're fine living like that, that's fine. But I feel like I want someone to be able to come to me with their issues, to be able to trust me when they tell me what went on with them, and know that their words are safe with me. You can't do that with these women, man. They're telling you right now, man, this is the exact behavior that we're trying to warn men about. Those are red flags right off the bat. This has nothing to do with men. If you can't find it deep down in your heart to feel for someone when they're telling you about something they went through, You have some stuff to work on internally yourself. You're not right. And no one should be getting with you. There's no empathy to be found. You're the person people need to sidestep and avoid.
See, a lot of men became emotionally unavailable because being emotionally available was used against them. You see, they opened up and they were mocked. They cried and they were looked at differently. They shared fears and they were told they were weak. They expressed needs and were told they were selfish. They asked for space and were accused of not caring. So now when commitment shows up, they don't just see love, they see risk, high risk. They see exposure. They see the possibility of being trapped in something that looks good to everyone else, but feels suffocating behind closed doors.
And 100%, man, he's correct. Everything he said was on point, man. How do you then trust anyone? You know, since from past experiences, you were made fun of whenever you tried to open yourself up to somebody. You're always going to be cautious with the next person, right? Approach everything at a slow pace because you don't know if you could trust that person from your past experience. And that goes with everything we deal with in life, right? How is a man going to trust the next woman to open themselves up, you know, and be vulnerable when they know in the past, you know, it hasn't worked out that well? That's just the next logical step, man. Just be cautious with who you express yourself to. Do the women need to do a better job? Yeah, probably. Yeah, if you want that true, honest communication that you want from men, you have to let them express themselves and feel like they're not going to be judged. That's just the logical approach.
I have had adult men break down in their couple sessions, and I have had their wives say, "Don't cry, don't cry." And it has showed me we teach women how to express our emotions, but we do not teach women how to receive men's emotions or vulnerability. So when it happens, it's very confusing. Do I comfort him? Do I stay strong? Am I supposed to fix it? Because a man crying may seem very alarming or unfamiliar to many women, they don't read it as connection. They read it as something is wrong, which is why she does try to stop it. Many women have been conditioned to see men as the strong one. If you fall apart, who's holding us together? People hearing this will hear she's pushing away his vulnerability when really she's trying to gain control over a situation she's unfamiliar with. Her nervous system is overwhelmed. Women have never seen men be vulnerable safely. It triggers fear, not rejection, and his vulnerability exposes her own unprocessed emotions. It might unlock her own sadness, grief, and she may realize she's actually not ready to go there yet, which causes her to shut down quickly and causes her to also want to shut down his vulnerability quickly too. It's not that women don't care when men finally do cry, it's that women have never been taught what to do when they finally do feel safe enough to be vulnerable.
Okay, so there's one of the things she just touched on. This is unfamiliar territory for the ladies. They don't know how to handle this. So maybe that's probably why we see some of the reactions, right? This is not something that they're used to. They don't expect the man to bring his issues or his feelings to them. So when it does happen, many don't know how to handle it. And I feel like that's on the women's part to make that effort. If you care about these men, right? Just like you want to be listened to, you know, and expect people to hear you out and understand where you're coming from, you could just give the same courtesy to the men. We're all human. We need that. I feel like this is something that's worth putting an effort into if you truly care about your partner, your husband, you know, your wife. It goes both ways.
One of the fastest ways to push a man away is to dismiss what it took him to finally open up. Because when a man finally tells you how he feels, he's not just sharing words, he's taking a risk, especially if he's used to being judged, corrected, laughed at, ignored, or told he's doing too much. A lot of men don't open up because they don't feel anything. They don't open up because the last time they did, somebody made them regret it. So when he finally says, "This hurt me," or "I'm tired," or "I don't feel appreciated," or "I need more from you," don't rush to defend yourself. Don't make him feel weak for needing to be heard. Don't turn his pain into an argument he has to win just to prove it exists. Because if a man keeps feeling like his emotions are inconvenient, eventually he'll stop bringing them to you. He'll get quiet, he'll pull back, He'll start grieving the relationship while he's still in it. And by the time you notice the distance, he may have already accepted that he's safer in his silence. A man can handle hard conversations. What wears him down is opening up his heart to somebody who keeps treating his feelings like a problem.
You have to have a space there for your partner to come to you, man. You have to create that. That's what makes things work. You know, you have to be comfortable with each other's feelings and talking about these things. This is what keeps everything going. Very great way to bring you closer as well. It's all part of what makes companionship work. You have to work for these things and work at these things and know exactly how to handle them. You know, and this goes for the men too. I mean, I know this is mainly focused on the men going to the women with their issues and talking about things, but we have to be great listeners on either side, right? You know, you have to work towards being a good listener and know what to do after the conversation is done, right? But you won't know how to do any of this if you don't look into it or if you don't put the effort in. How much do you care about your relationship, your partner? The effort you put towards the things that you both have to face tells the whole story. I mean, to me, this sounds like a no-brainer. You know, something a partner should be able to do. You know, go up to their significant other and tell them about their issues. Tell them how they feel. Tell them what's going on with them.
Turn on or turn off if a guy thinks that being vulnerable unmasculine.
Ick. I don't know where in recent years in the fucking manosphere that guys have lied to each other and have created this narrative that being manly means being emotionless and a dick. That's not being a man.
We just saw where the narrative comes from, just a couple clips back. There's a reason why this is out there. You know, we just heard the girl say she doesn't want to be empathetic to a man's feelings. She doesn't feel like she wants to do that. We're not making this stuff up. It's actually out there, and it's several of you saying it. Yeah, this is why men say what they say. It's through experience. But let's continue.
A man is emotionally open. A man is emotionally vulnerable. A man communicates. A man loves and loves hard. Where did this narrative come from? I'll never understand. There's nothing sexier than a man who can communicate. A man that can cry. A man.
So hot.
Oh my God. It's so
Even
sweet.
in movies, when I ever see a guy cry in a movie, I'm like, it's so much like.
Oh my God. I'm in love with him.
Death.
I'm in love with him. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's so crazy to me whenever guys are like, yeah, but like my bro says that like being. I'm like, how about you ask women what women think? Crazy. I know, right?
I always get that all the time where they're like,
Yeah.
you're a girl, you don't really know. And I'm like, no, I am your target audience.
I'm your target audience.
Yeah, all that sounds like stuff men should not do from past experiences, right? Getting emotional, letting tears out. Yeah, that's not the thing that we're supposed to do. Or at least they make us feel like we're not allowed to do that. So, yeah, you're not going to get men to get emotional and cry and all that because it works against us. We've seen it. Yeah, now, we didn't even have to ask the women. No, they just freely told us that they don't like it. It's a turnoff. They don't want to see that stuff in so many ways. That was even before the content creation. Now they're making content out of it. It got way worse. We're not doing that. That's not a lie. I mean, that's something that comes with the experience. That's what men feel like because they've tried the other thing and it backfires almost every time. You all get on here and like, oh, I like an emotional man. You know, somebody who's open with their feelings until he shows up. Yeah, we've learned that lesson. We're not really going to do that. It doesn't work out well for us in the end. Yeah, we're done handing out free ammunition. It's just not a smart move.
If you can't open up to your woman, then that's not your woman. I see guys say stuff like this a lot of time. Only open up to God, never talk to women. And listen, it's good to talk to God. But if you have a woman in your life and you cannot open up to her, what type of life are you really living? The right woman in your life is a godsend.
My exact sentiment, man. Like, what are you there for if I can't come to you with my issues? Doesn't matter if I'm a man. We all need to vent and get things off our chests. We all go through things.
In fact, she is a helpmate to you. So a woman that is in your life and she's a good woman, you're going to be able to open up to her about things. And any man that has a woman, whether she's your girlfriend, wife, life partner, whatever. If you cannot open up to that woman, ask yourself, how safe can you be in this relationship if you can never share things with her? Obviously, I'm not telling you to be an emotional wreck and just pour all of your emotions onto her. But I'm saying, if you can't express yourself as a man, who else are you going to express yourself with? You can express yourself to your boys. You can express yourself to all of your peers, whatever. But it's not the same. It's not quite the same as when you open up to your woman. And obviously, you're not going to want to open up to just any woman. Because yes, women will do this. They will actually weaponize your weaknesses and things that you've actually said to them when you're opening up. So you actually do have to be careful who you're vulnerable with. Not every woman is a good woman to open up to. But just because there are some bad apples does not mean that there aren't great women. Women that will actually have an open ear, open up themselves to you, to just be there, to listen, to be that safe space. And then you'll be able to actually express yourself, and you will feel lighter, and you'll feel way more connected to this woman, because there's not a whole bunch of people that you can actually be vulnerable like this with. When you can be vulnerable with your woman, it opens up a whole nother ball game. But I assure you, if you have this mentality, it's not a bad thing to have if you're just out here dating and you don't have a specific woman that's a great woman. But if you have a great woman by your side, you need to be able to actually open up with her. Because what type of life are you going to live if you're with this woman 20, 30, 40 years and you never have a conversation with her about your emotions, how you feel, you're never vulnerable? That is not a relationship.
You know what? Absolutely, man. At the end of the day, it falls on you to pick the right partner, to pick that right person, that's gonna be willing to listen to you. And pick the right woman, pick the right man that's gonna be willing to be empathetic to what you're going through. This is what you look for when you look for a partner. You shouldn't have to feel like you need to go to other avenues, even though they can be helpful as well. When you have a wife at home or a partner and you all are in it together, that person should be able to be there for you, in these moments. Someone to speak to, or else, why are you there? What do I have you for? So this is one of those things that we have to work hard at, to find the right people. You want someone to care about what you feel like, you have to find that person that has the heart for that. Yeah, that's why you look for what's on the inside, mainly, more than what's on the outside, right? That's the whole point. You can have a supermodel who doesn't care about your feelings. At the end of the day, you're still in it alone. You feel alone. So what's the point of them? No matter how attractive, how accomplished, how good looking, all those other things, none of them really matter if you don't have that, right? Yeah, you need a partner that can make you feel like you can be yourself at any point in time, right? With anything that's going on. That's what you need. And that's the point of the search, of us trying to find these people out there. I felt like this was a good topic to get into, whether it's a good idea to do that. It feels like it's not, but it should be, right? This really shouldn't be a discussion if it's two people who care about each other, right? But we're at this point where we have to talk about these things because this really is an issue out there, man. You all let me know what you think, man. This has been it for this one. We're trying a new format where we focus down and focus in on the videos and certain topics. The clapback videos are nice, but, I think this is the true direction of the channel, where we deep dive a bit more into a topic, rather than being scattered and responding to everyone. But you all let me know what you think, man. This has been it for this one. Until the next one.